The matter is considered at all levels, and the CBI director has taken a decision institutionally. You don't pluck out a decision intermediate level and.
So, if it is taken institutionally, if it is taken if it is taken
you're an advocate.
One minute.
Hello, Arnab. Abhishek is a very learned advocate. He must explain to the people why at the first instance the name of the Prime Minister is omitted. Who has approved the proposal? He is the
because they have obviously not found a whisper of a criminality, which is why they ought never to have filed an FIR in the first place. I've said so clearly.
No, you found
if they make one mistake, A and B, it doesn't mean they are obliged to make a mistake, C. No, 1 minute. Does your reasoning suggest, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, that if you make a mistake, A and B, you must make a mistake on C also, unless you include C and D also?
Sir, I am very sorry. Now I'll bring 2 points.
Kind of reasoning is this?
I want to bring 2 points to Abhishek Manu Singhvi's attention. And Naveen Patnaik, you have heard what he has said here today. He says that Naveen Patnaik, Pinaki Mishra, he says, is as guilty. Though he follows it up by saying
I said not guilty. I said it's a ridiculous piece of reasoning.
That was your second point.
Ridiculous piece of reasoning, yes. You said by the ridiculous piece of reasoning.
No, you didn't say that. You said going by the same argument, Naveen Patnaik is as guilty.
Yes.
And then you went on to say,
though
that is ridiculous reasoning.
Fallacious argument.
My argument is...
Sorry, Arnab, don't twist my words. I said fallacious argument, fallacious reasoning,
please,
completely wrong.
Sir, I am...
Completely wrong.
Sir, I am not in the business of, twisting words. I am in the business of deciphering the true meaning of words.
Camera. You'll hear me loud and clear.
No, I am in the business of
your camera and you'll find it clear.
I will roll I am in the business of assessing the true meaning of words. And my simple question to Pinaki Mishra is, Pinaki Mishra, take away the fact that Abhishek Manu Singhvi is trying to get you on his side in the course of this debate. So if you look at the cut and thrust of Abhishek Manu Singhvi's argument today, he is trying, like one lawyer to another, to get you on his side of the debate and say, look here, either both of us are guilty or both of us are not guilty. And therefore, keep in mind, whatever you say, Pinaki Mishra, there will be a great temptation of going along with it.
Poor Narad Muni.
No.
Arnab, you are doing a very poor imitation act of a Narad Muni. Very unsuccessful Narad Muni.
Now, here's the question.
At a personal level, let me tell you, Arnab, it's always a pleasure to be on Dr. Singhvi's side, whether in court or outside court. That's on a personal level. But really, let's leave the levity aside. What Naveen Patnaik has done is what a number of other chief ministers have done, who have had to attract investment to their states and who have had to, under their MOUs, been duty bound to recommend linkages, whether it's for coal, it's for iron ore, it's for manganese, it's for bauxite. Naveen Patnaik has written dozens of letters like this, Arnab, for everybody who's, we've got some 52 MOUs in our state, worth some 400,000 crores. So he's written dozens of letters, and not just for private entrepreneurs. He's written them also similarly for Mahanadi Coalfield, for Ib Valley. These are PSUs. So I've got here letters written by Shivraj Singh Chauhan of Madhya Pradesh, by Raman Singh of Chhattisgarh, by Captain Amrinder Singh, by Prakash Singh Badal, both opposite sides of the fence. I've got a letter here by Sushil Kumar Shinde, who was then the power minister, who has canvassed that a particular block should not be given entirely to one company. It should in fact be divided and given to some other company. So, the Minister of the Union of India is canvassing.
One second.
This is, as Manu says, it's par for the course. These are recommendations that we are duty bound to make. The Chief Minister of every state who has an MOU has a clause in the MOU that the state government will make all attempts to ensure
Pinaki Mishra, simple question. Did Naveen Patnaik write to the Prime Minister, and was Naveen Patnaik's file given to the Coal Ministry before or after the PMO wrote a letter to the Coal Ministry regarding this allocation? Before or after? If it is before, then I concede Abhishek Manu Singhvi's point that Prime Minister was guided entirely by what Naveen Patnaik said. But I find it is after.
I'm not even saying that. The Prime Minister is...
I find it is after.
Look, I believe, what Naveen Patnaik has done, he is blameless. Now, I don't know whether the fact that the Hindalco company had petitioned the government, whether that weighed more, or whether the fact that the concerned chief minister of the state was also pitching in for them, whether that has also weighed a bit, I am not privy to that decision, Arnab. You will have to forgive me that if I can't comment, on
Well,
that
the fact
aspect of
is,
matter.
no, the fact
But
is,
my point is that Naveen Patnaik in this case has been even-handed. He has written for every company which he is duty bound to do under the
Pinaki
MOU
Mishra,
with any company, whether it's PSU or it's private company.
Pinaki Mishra, Abhishek Manu Singhvi will not like it. But the fact is that the PMO sent the letter to the Coal Ministry on the 25th of March 2005. And Abhishek Manu Singhvi, you'll be happy to note that the Coal Ministry was given the file with Naveen Patnaik's request on the 29th of August 2005, more than 3 months later. So the PMO had taken up its decision and recommended to the Coal Ministry before Naveen Patnaik's letter was forwarded much later. So anyway, I'm going to keep that aside. But your attempt to shoot off the Orissa government's shoulder is going to fall flat, you know that. You know that. You concede that.
Arnab,
That's
one
his
minute
point
before
one.
you go further,
we are missing
you
a
see,
point.
problem is you try to be too much a devil's advocate, Arnab. It's time when people started speaking sensibly and solidly and standing behind a decision. Give me half a minute only, Arnab. It's time in this country where we always lament that people don't have broad enough shoulders to take a decision. I have never said that the Prime Minister's office was not part at some point of time of the decision making. I have never said that Parekh Coal Secretary was not. It matters zero whether Naveen Patnaik wrote before or after. Ultimate decision is of the central government. Naveen Patnaik is only a recommending authority.
Sir, you
That's
now,
not the
okay,
point at all.
let's get out of these
The point is
technicalities.
that, one second. Where
the
there is an
moot question
outstanding civil
remains.
servant, a very clear leader of the capital of industry, and the Prime Minister of the country, on a prior application giving a 10%
Okay.
share or a 15% share in a coal mine, 8 years later to have criminality,
Right.
I think it's time we stood up and spoke up, irrespective of the fear of CBI, political
Sir.
opposition or the media.
Sir, that question which you ask, most aggressively, where you say we should have shoulders strong enough to take the burden of responsibility. What about the shoulders of the CBI director? Are the shoulders of the CBI director so weak that the whiff of pressure coming in on them makes him buckle? And can you tell me one example? I challenge you today, Dr.
Where
Singhvi.
is the buckling? If
Sir,
there
give me
was
one
buckling-
example.
If there was buckling, there'd be no FIR
No,
in the
no.
first place.
Dr.
For
Singhvi-
God's sake, it's obvious.
Dr.
If there
Singhvi-
was buckling and this pressure and the Congress Bureau of Investigation are not the best proof of this not being a Congress Bureau of
Dr.
Investigation
Singhvi-
is that there is an FIR in the first place.
Dr.
Any
Singh-
commonsensical thinking will tell you that.
Dr. Singhvi, tonight on the program, you have accused me of lacking common sense. You have accused me of sensationalism and of twisting facts.
No,
While
you
I
are
will not, no,
distort-
one sec. While I will not tread into the area of trying to counter you on those points, I want you tonight to all the viewers of Newsa. I will rest my case right now, right here. If you give me one example where the CBI says one thing in an FIR related to an alleged act of impropriety 1 week and is close to changing it the next week. Is there any such example in the history of our country?
Who has said it's close to changing it? I don't understand. This is a figment of the imagination.
Well, now if you-
It is either has to come from the CBI and not from Arnab Goswami's speculation.
Well, it's all
or it
over.
has to come from the court.
Well,
where have you got this great source of information?
Arnab.
1 minute, half
Sir-
a second.
sir-
Where have you got this great source of information?
Sir, may I
that
tell
the
you-
FIR is being closed or has been closed, about
Sir,
to be
may I
closed?
tell you-
It's only between the CBI and the
Arnab.
court. It's a
Arnab.
court-ordered investigation. Congress
Arnab.
cannot have anything to do with it. The government cannot have anything to do with
Arnab.
it.
Maybe
And
now
your
you can't.
speculation is idle.
Arnab.
No, Venkaya Naidu
idle.
wants to come in. Venkaya Naidu.
Arnab,
Go ahead.
the CBI functioning is open to scrutiny by one and all in the country. How it acted in the case of Mulayam Singh Yadav's disproportionate assets case, how it acted Mayawatiji's disproportionate assets case, how it acted Jagadish Shettar's 1984 anti-Sikh rights case, how it acted Jagan Mohan Reddy's case in Andhra Pradesh, how it is acting in Yusrat Jahan's case, it's everybody's knowledge. It is acting as per the directions of the ruling party at the center, Congress party. Arnab, my second point is very simple. I have been a minister in the center for 20 months. My simple understanding of the functioning of the government is the accountability is of the person who ultimately takes the decision. That is the minister. Here in this instance, the minister is the Prime Minister. Why the CBI felt shy of including the name of the Prime Minister at the first instance in the FIR registered by the CBI?
I think he's asking you the question the second time, Dr. Singhvi, you should reply.
Second time, he has no reply at all. Neither he nor the CBI has no reply at all.